welcome to chapter 1, Introduction to Data Visualization. Okay, as I remember, as I was mentioning in the introduction, so fundamentals are really important. And if you think about it, Tableau is just a tool, or maybe, okay, I'll revise it a little bit. So I'll rephrase it. So it's Tableau is a powerful tool, no doubt about it, which enables us to um, bring insights from the data. It brings the data live with this powerful tool, no doubt about it. But the thing is, if you don't have these fundamentals, it's really difficult for you to get the message across. Like, if you think about it, there is a story in every data. There's a story in the data, but the thing is that tools doesn't understand. Doesn't matter if it is Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, whatsoever. The tools doesn't understand what's the story behind it, right? So it's on us, is on us for us to understand, do this analysis and understand what the data is telling us, and then communicate that story to the business, right? That's where it gives you the power to visualize the data using those tools. So that's a whole I just wanted to give you the context of why we are doing it a little bit. Okay, let's get into data visualization introduction now. So I would like to get this talk a little bit about this code by my one of my famous one of my favorite authors, Stephen Few. So he says, we are overwhelmed by information not because there is too much, but because we haven't learned how to tame it. If you think about it, if you go a little bit in the history, for a long time, visualization was probably limited to cave paintings back years here, hundreds and thousands of years ago. The visualization was probably limited to cave paintings, and it got into the way of eventually maps, and it evolved into all these beautiful trees. Example, genealogies and all the musical notations and structural diagrams, hierarchies, whatnot. If you think about it, tables, the current tables, all the tabular data, cross tabs whatsoever, arrived, I think, in the late 17th century or in the early 18th century, and actually it created a spatial regularity that made reading many data points much less taxing, right? I think it's about 1 or 2 centuries those tables were dominated, because we didn't have any sort of visualization back in the 17th century. But if we think about it, what we think of as data visualization today is more of charts, graphs, infographics, all these beautiful presentations, all these beautiful graphs floating everywhere, right? But actually it started as I think it's back in 1700s, I think, when a man named William Playfair, he first published a commercial and political atlas back in 1786. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, so I would like to give you a quick definition of data visualization, although there are many ways of looking at this definition itself, but I would like to quote from one of my favorite authors, Alberto Queiro. So he wrote a couple of books, The Functional Art and The Truthful Art. Those are really amazing books. He says, a visualization is any kind of visual representation of information designed to enable communication, analysis, discovery, and exploration. Let's look at a little bit. So visualization is, if you look at it, he did not mention anything about beauty, right? So maybe I would like to make a point here. You might be knowing of these challenges, where the great Andy Kriebel, I really admire him for what he's doing. He's such a nice guy, and he every week he put in a lot of effort to identify some visualizations on the internet which needs a makeover, and he actually pull together the data required for it, and he actually makes one himself. He actually criticizes what's good, what's bad, and actually makes a good one out of it, and he actually challenges people to do it. That's such a brilliant, amazing job. A lot of people have been benefited, no doubt about it. If you look at it, there is also a little bit of downside to it, which I personally faced. So if you look at any of those visualizations created in Makeover Monday, Workout Wednesday, storytelling with data, and Viz for social good, there are probably 5-6 of such competitions. The little problem what I found was some people are really telling good stories with data and really making it all really good, but some are actually making it so beautiful. I mean, I could only see the fanciness and the beauty in the visualization, but I can't see a story. I mean, if I think about it, I mean, beauty is good. I mean, it's good to be, make it beautiful, presentable, everything, whatnot, aesthetics, everything. But the thing is, if there is no story in it, it's like there is no soul in it. It's just a beauty. There is no soul in it, and people don't understand, and people, it's not effective. That's the reason. In my on my website wizard.co, I help people how to build effective, not fancy dashboards. So that's a whole goal I have in mind. So if you look, coming back to Albert Cairo, it didn't mention anything about beautification, right? So sorry, I'll take a step back. I thought of telling what's the little bit problem in these challenges. So not only beauty, but the thing is, those stylish crafts, all those presentations, all these beautiful makeovers is making people intimidating, right? It's intimidating some people as well, because it's so graphical, and all these colors, all these weird paints, all these weird images, everything. But thing is, it's not, the point is not only not telling the story, but it is actually intimidating people, and it's leaving a bit of bad precedence. Not all the voices I'm talking about, a little bit, very very minor, probably few probably 1%, I don't know, 1 2 3 whatever x% of visualizations are actually making us feel that, oh okay, this if we don't do this kind of visualizations, we are not good, or if we don't do this kind of beautiful presentations, we will be judged, or we will not be looked upon really good. That's wrong. I mean, I really felt the same way when people were doing this kind of thing back when I started. But then a few months, couple of years later, then I realized, I mean, that's it's beautiful, it's good, but the thing is, the point is, challenge, the makeover Monday challenge, and all the challenges are about making effective graphs, making effective visualizations, not beautiful, right? So keep that in mind. Don't worry about if you feel like you saw some visualizations on Makeover Monday or all these challenges, and you feel you can't do it. Trust me, I can't do most of them as well. So don't worry. I feel sometimes when I see some of the visualization, I feel I'm really dumb. I mean, I can't do it. It pulls me back a little bit, but I thought I support myself, saying, hey, that's fine. I mean, there's a beauty, and I don't really worry about beauty. I actually admire effective visualizations, and that you should also admire and actually learn from those effective visualizations. Beauty comes next. Effective storytelling is first. Just have that in mind, and I think you will be good to go. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, I think that's end of the first chapter. Let's get into second chapter in a minute.